got a top 10 habits of how to improve your lifestyle. These are habits and lifestyle changes that we've implemented into our own life over the last few years, and they've worked for us, so we're going to share it with you. All right, let's get into it.
It all starts from small habits though, like through the week. These small habits build up over time. In the end, it makes you become the man or woman that you want to become. So stay to the last one, because the last one's probably our best.
The last three, probably top 3 tips. So the first one is train even when you don't feel like it. And yeah, we're going to start with a fitness one, because this is probably one of the most important, I'd say, for mental and your physical.
Health is wealth at the end of the day, isn't it?
It comes back to sort of discipline being more important than motivation, because you could be disciplined every day, but you cannot be motivated every day. For us, training is just a non-negotiable, because it's the foundation for everything else in life. You know, if you've got your body and physique in check, then that makes your mental in check as well. So it's such a good start and base to improve your lifestyle if you've got your fitness on point. So another habit to implement, and this is quite a big one for serious achievement, is become comfortable with delayed gratification. Now, a lot of people just give themselves instant pleasure, instant gratification, instant rewards, and this is not the way to do it to achieve your goals, because, you know, the serious goals often take a long period of time, and with that you need to be comfortable with delayed gratification and know that you can put in the work for years for it to eventually pay off in the long run, and those are often bigger achievements. So once you can start to implement the habit of doing the hard tasks first and then rewarding yourself after, that's when you can start to see improvements. It goes back to the old times though, like when they're all cavemen and people like that, like they wouldn't see the rewards until they do the hard graft, you know what I mean? Or like people that used to have to hunt, like you do all that work just to get the food, and then at the end of the day you can, you know, gather around, have your reward after the hard day's graft, and that can be implemented into your own life in different ways, you know, in the modern world, because you can get everything instantly, and that's not a good thing, because it makes you lazy. It just generally, yeah, it makes people not willing to work hard for results. So if you can implement this way of living, then you're going to see success. The easiest example for delayed gratification is the physique that you have. You can tell instantly if someone has, you know, good discipline based on how they look. You know, it's an easy indicator on how determined and how comfortable they are with delayed gratification, because your physique doesn't happen overnight. It's months, sometimes years of training to achieve a desired look. So next habit would be to eat the right things, eat whole foods, eat consistently and simply. So for us, the first time we sort of changed up our diet was when we went to Australia for the first time, and we seen how people were living over there, and there was a lot of whole foods in their diet. And before this, we had just sort of had whatever. It was generally quite healthy, but we would oftentimes eat
more processed foods.
Yeah, and we didn't realise at the time, but that actually slowed down our sort of brain function and just how we felt inside. It seems normal back then, but because we had changed the whole foods diet, we realised the difference that it had, and, you know, a lot more mental clarity. We just felt generally a lot more healthier and fitter, and we had more energy throughout the day once we changed to the whole foods diet. So
it's true, because even the guys in our group, like, every one of them said how much clearer their thoughts are, or just in general how more energized they are from eating these whole foods. So try and stay away from the processed stuff as much as you can. It's fine to, you know, we tend to stick with 80% eating well and 20% you can sort of have whatever. But we've sort of found that even when we try like a chippy or something, like
I don't even know what to say about a chippy. That's disgusting.
Oh my god!
It is. After being on the whole foods diet for so long though, you actually notice when you are to go and have, you know, a processed sort of meal or something that isn't what you would normally have, you just feel horrible after it.
Your stomach rejects it. It's horrible. You don't...
What I'm trying to say is, you absolutely do not crave any like bad foods once you've been on a whole foods clean diet for so long. You literally don't crave it. So no chocolate, crisps or fast foods, you don't want it. And that's because you've been eating so clean and your body likes it, and it's quite easy to stick to it.
Make your body a temple.
Just make sure you're consistent with your diet. That will see mega benefits from it. So yeah.
Mega important.
So the next habit would be for you to get off that phone.
I mean, you've been off your phone for the past couple of weeks. As a creator, like, seems weird, but it's very good to desensitize yourself from all the content. Absolute guff online, man, honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely the short form stuff that just ruins your dopamine levels in your brain. So you've got to limit that as much as possible. For me, even as a creator, the social media platform's deleted, and if I'm going to post, I'll just download it and then post it, because yeah, far too much time is wasted scrolling, and it's a worldwide problem. So it's not just you, but once you're off it for a few weeks, you begin to realize how much better it is, in all honesty. Reduce that screen time and replace it with something else. It could be reading a book, learning skills, or work, whatever. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind.
We always try to say to ourselves, create more than we consume. So especially if you're a creator. Yeah, you don't want to spend hours scrolling, and it's a very popular thing for people to do, but I feel like if you want more out of life, you can't just catch yourself scrolling every night. Like, it takes more than that to become something more. The whole wellness era, I feel like a lot more people are getting into it all. Health and fitness, health and wellness is taking priority now over going out at the weekends, which I rate, it's good. But yeah, just even getting the sauna every night or every second night, it's a chance to slow down and really reflect on your day or your week. Yeah, just get your mind clear and think about your vision, things you're looking to achieve soon. Or it could be a more social activity that you do, talking to strangers in the sauna.
Just so good for your health. Helps the blood circulate around your body, and there's plenty of mental benefits as well to it. We sort of find it as a meditation time, just to sort of close your eyes and envision the future that you have for yourself and what you want to achieve and stuff. As well as that, like, you're putting yourself through a challenging 20 minutes or so, and that's good for mental strength. Try and do it at night times. That's probably the best time because it helps you sleep better as well. So there's plenty of positives to go in sauna regularly, and you should definitely implement it into your routine. Have an intention with who you're spending your time with is quite a big one. Having the right people around you. It's fairly self-explanatory, to be honest, because if you're hanging around with losers, then you're going to become a loser as well. And it is pick your circle wisely, because if you're a ambitious guy or girl, then having the right people around you is going to either propel you up or it's going to hold you back. So definitely choose wisely who you become friends with and what sort of circles you get involved with.
Yeah, it's I think of that analogy of like the image where there's like a rotten apple and then it's touching another apple. That's gonna become rotten as well. That's how it works.
If you're around 4 successful people, you're going to be the 5th type thing.
Don't be scared to cut people off.
It's a natural thing of growing up. Like,
you're going to distance yourself from people that don't align with your values and what you're trying to achieve. It's natural. It's a natural thing, so don't feel bad about it.
Okay, so this next one is quite a big one, to be honest, and it's travel and or change your environment.
A lot of people speak about this, and it's true. Traveling, like, it really does open your eyes. Getting out of your hometown it definitely is one of the best things you can do, and we can say that from first-hand experience. We left home 2024, travelled for a full year, lived in Gold Coast, did Asia, did all this, went on many trips to Europe, and it's all life experience. You gain so much value from it, and money always returns, so that's what we always say.
It is a habit because, there's some environments that you could be constantly putting yourself in that isn't the right place for you to be. That can become a bad habit if you're going and hanging out with groups of friends that are bad for you. That's a bad habit. You've got to get out of that. Next up, we've got move first thing in the morning. Again, one of the most important, because you don't want to get your morning off to a bad start. That's like the worst thing, obviously, for productivity and just general setting yourself up for the day.
Number one thing I would say about the morning is don't go on your phone straight away. That's the worst thing you can do. What I've been doing is putting the phone further away from my bed or the bedside table. Don't want to have it anywhere near your bed. So that means when the alarm goes off in the morning, you physically have to get up and go and turn it off rather than just rolling over and tapping snooze or whatever. You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Get into the habit of not doing that.
It's the easiest little change, but it's such big rewards if you just do that tiny little change, and obviously that gets you up moving as well. Either having a quick walk, go and do a light stretch, or even just a little routine you've got in the morning. Get up, alarm off, don't snooze it, brush your teeth and have a shower if that's what you do first thing. Some other people have like 2 hours of deep work. It just depends. You've got to find out what works for you. So Yeah, as long as you're just out your bed within the first few minutes, just don't stay and scrolling your phone first thing in the morning. That's the worst start to the day. So anything other than that, you're off to a decent start. Another habit that you should probably be implementing already is your sleep schedule, and just have it the same every day. I think this is such a cheat code to getting ahead. You know, that could be going to sleep slightly earlier and waking up earlier in the morning to start your days right, and just generally getting enough sleep for you. It's just probably 6 to 8 hours. It just depends on how you operate. But yeah, I think a lot of people neglect sleep, and it's one of the most important things for recovery and just general lifestyle improvement. So
a lot of people overlook the basics. They really do. Like, get your sleep right, eat well, train hard. Because of social media, everyone's scrolling and seeing all these different opinions, and yeah, they forget the absolute basics. If you do the basics right, it goes a long way.
When you break it down, it is actually pretty simple, eh? Like, for general lifestyle improvement, it's just about the discipline for all of the actions that you need to take. That's the tricky part for being consistent with it. They all are pretty easy things once it's in your head and your lifestyle. You just need to keep at it and be disciplined with it.